Hello everybody, this is the second part of Desy introduction. In the first part we have uploaded some information in the Desy. One of those is the chart of account. As you could see, we have imported here some accounts. What I wanted to show you is that we missed in the first part to enter also the heading. It is an important way to keep track of the spendings of our project. So what we have to do, how to manage the heading section, is just to go in the heading that is here, is under menu, enter. I've entered already two headings. Just to enter another one, let's see, 0 to 3 can be travel, for example. So in this way, I can automatically enter my account heading just using new, delete, of course, in case I want to change it. Once I've entered my heading here, what I have to do, I can go back in the chart of account, recall the specific account, and associate in this section below heading the proper heading related to the specific account. For example, let's see that the first three accounts, they are referring to expat staff and so on, and the other are local staff. So I can do this operation manually, one by one, or I can use again these two buttons, so I can export in Excel, chart of account, and for example in here, so I associate the 02 code. Here it is. Be careful to do not associate, for example, to the financial accounts. So financial accounts, we do not need to associate any heading. It mainly is recommendable for the monitoring of spendings per heading. So in this case here we have a cash euro, so nothing. I save the file, I close it, and I import. Same thing I've done in the first part of the video. So what happened here is that you can see I've automatically filled also the heading section next to all the accounts. This helped me to have, for example, in this situation the heading, if I call the heading 02, here we see what are the accounts associated to the expat staff. The 01, sorry, the 02, all the local staff associated to the 02. Show totals, I start to see my budget. So I have, for the moment, imported a structure of budget of 340,000 euro, 130 related to expat staff. Going ahead, I will see how the costs are managed, total budget per heading and cost per heading. So this is definitely a good way to monitor our cost versus budget per heading. One further information on the Desy is related to the financial accounts, so cash and bank accounts. For those accounts, there is this specific field. In this case, I have associated a block that tells me that all registration related to cash euro, they have to be in euro. So for example, if I go in prima nota and then I enter a new registration, and for example, by mistake, I select dollar. In the moment then I select cash euro, the system tells me that there is a problem with this. So be careful, watch out what you're doing, let's say. So this is, of course, if I enter euro, the operation, I can do the operation without problem. So it's a small things, but so for example, I enter a new account. It can be 100, 1 or 2 cash. Let's write it better. Cash USD is recommendable to click here as a block. It is red because it means that I need also to associate a currency and associate the dollar. So in this case, I have entered a block that forced me to use only currency dollar whenever I made a registration with a cash dollar. Okay, let me close now this Desy to open up a Desy a bit more structure with a bit more information. Let me go in the folder where I have the Desy. As you could see, this is an important information. Whenever I open up the Desy in the same folder of this file, the program generates automatically a file whose name is backup and the day of the day when you open the file. So for example, here, 24th February, this is a copy of my Desy in the moment of my opening. So let me, so if I open up this specific backup, I can rename it before I doing this operation, or just open it up. I should see my Desy without the headings imported. Let me check. Okay, it's telling me that it's not able to produce a backup since I'm already opening up. So this is a correct mistake. And here it is. So for example, I imported my headings, I made some registration, I realized that I made a lot of mistakes. So I said, stop it. Let's take back the backup file that is automatically generated in the very moment when I've opened up my Desy. So what happened here is that from day by day you will have a long list of backup in the same folder of your Desy. What I recommend you is to delete after a while the very old backup, just to have a clean situation in your folder. Okay, let me open up a bit more structured Desy. What I'm doing now, I'm opening the Desy in the same folder with the other Desy. So what is happening here is that I am producing a backup of this Desy right now. So be careful to do not use the two Desy in the same folder in case you want to have a good control of the backup. So now I've done the backup of this Desy that I've opened right now. Yeah, this is a much more structured Desy with we have about 2,000 records. What I wanted to show you first of all is that in all the section of the Desy you have some instructions. So here, for example, give us very colorful buttons explained next to here how to use them. So in every section, if I go in chart of account, you have instruction that is giving you mainly the same thing that I'm telling you right now, but it's a quick guide for you whenever you use the Desy. What else is important to know? For example, that from this button you have a very important button like the find button, for example. So I want to research, let's say, a specific registration. So I just can click here. I want to take back registration, let's say, of this ID, perform ID, and I got. I'm sorry, make it too big. And I got what? He's telling me that we found one record out of 1,891. So this is the record I wanted to find. I can make a more general registration. For example, I want to find all the records in Europe. Perform find, and he found 5 records out of my full list of records. And I can move across my 5 records and select the one that I want to modify. So for example, in this one, I want to edit consequently the record. Then I'm allowed to make a change. For example, I don't know, I want to change the amount of these records, and let's put it as 12,000. Other important buttons, for example, well, is this one is pretty nice, is a reversal. So if I click on this, button, what happened is that I made a reversal. So I put the cash account as we have returned back some money from this project activity. This can be a pretty quick and useful button. Another important button is this one, is the find replace. For example, let me go to see what are my costs. For example, this cost, in this case, just to have a quick vision, I do see that I have associated to the field assistant to this account these 3 registration that I want to move, for example, on the account 105. So all the registration 104, I want them to move on the 105, and so on. I have 2 ways. So I can select one by one. So by the link, all the blue, it means that I can automatically recall back the specific registration or the specific account. So if I click on here, I go back in my prima nota, I click on edit, and then let's say I want to associate this registration to the field assistant, and then I click on enter. Here is a quick shortcut that send me to the last account detail table. So if I get again this account, and then I select edit, and then I change it. So this is a quick way to make some change from one account to the other. So let me do the last one, edit, and in here what I can do, so what I've done now, if I go back, I see there is no more registration on the 104, and so I've doubled my registration on the 105. Let's do another example. So I want to put back all these registration on the 104. So the other thing I can do besides this manual operation, I can use this button, the find replace. So if I click on here, I can here what I have to do, I can select, in this case, the account. If you remember, the 104. And here is where I want to send all these registrations. So in here, I have to select what are the accounts that I want to find. So the first thing, I can select the accounts. I can click on here, and I see, just to be confirmed what I'm about to do, that I have 6 records. So 6 records has been found. If I go back on my find replace section, I say that all these records need to be entered in this account. So if I'm happy with this, I click on replace account, and it's just telling me that I need also to click on this button. So this is the first operation to be done. And now after completed, I click on this button. This is takes a bit to, let's say, he goes across all the registration and make the kind of check in credit and debit structure of the account. It may take a bit also because here we have 2000 records, but this is the recommendable way to modify several registrations. So in this case, there are 6 records. You can do this manually or using this method. So now if I go in my totals account detail, I see that account 105 is empty because I moved all my registration in the 104. Let's say that that's it mainly. So this is actually, I have give you a complete picture of what are the major function of the Desy. Here there are more buttons. This is how to sort per data, per ID, per account. So for example, if I click on here, I will move across all the account 2000 till the end one. Mainly that's it, and That's it. Thank you very much.